Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asani Jaz. Today I came back with another video. Before start to my video, I would like to ask you how are you all. I hope you are always fine and doing great in your life. Let's jump into my video. Today my video topic is I would like to compare Pakistani education system versus American education system. In the comparison, I would like to compare spoken English, how we learn English in Pakistan and how they learn English in American. The difference is very huge. Most of the time in Pakistan, we will start. First of all, our teacher will tell you you have to remember the rules of grammar. You should memorize the rules, and you should start with the parts of speech and indefinite and these kinds of strong, these kinds of bullshit are very. I think most of the time why they are giving the preference. I don't want to give any importance these kinds of things. But in America they never ever try to speak like that. They are always believe on that kind of thing. You have to speak with other people. You have to speak with most of the time in whenever you're traveling, whenever you are learning, whenever you are at your beginner stage, they will try to speak. They believe on the spoken English. But in our Pakistan we have so many other things that we have to focus on the writing skill, we have to focus on the rules, we have to focus on the memorize the skills, these kinds of things that we are unable to speak English. I have seen most of the time people have good degree but they are unable to speak in English. Whenever I will try to speak with them, they are not paying any attention. So this is the reason they are always, they have that kind of fear in their mind. They don't want to speak with you because they are thinking that if we are living in Pakistan we are unable to speak in English. Most of the time this is our Pakistani mindset. Whenever someone try to tell you you have to speak in English, they will tell you, oh, I don't need to speak in English, this is not my native language. I think I would like to tell you, I would like to inform you, English is international language. You have to pay attention. But most of the time people in our Pakistan are not giving this shit. Why always they pretending like that we don't need to learn English? Foreign people have to learn the Urdu, that kind of things are coming into our mind. So this is the reason we are unable to speak in English. But when we go over a big company, when I think most of the time people have interview and the interviewer will ask you, you have to speak in English and then you have to talk with one over, and then you are unable to speak, they will reject you, they will not hire you, and you start crying and you are start regretting, oh, why we are, if we are living in Pakistan, then why they are conducting our interview in English. So this is the reason. I think you have to ask your teacher. If you are living and if you are studying in a school, then you have to ask your teacher, if I study in English medium school, why I am unable to speak? Your teacher will not give you the answer. They are pretending like that. You don't need to ask that kind of question. You will learn English when you will go to the university, when you will go to the college. In college, university, the scenario will be remain the same. Never ever people and our teacher will not tell you you have to do this, you have to do. They are always talking with us in our native language. When we will go to abroad, we are always struggling in Pakistan. We have to do IELTS and we are to do fucking these kinds of things, and we are wasting our time. So this is the thing. If you are educated, then why you are always struggling speak in English? I think you have to speak, you have to be the fluency that you can convey your message. Most of the time people are always saying like that you are making mistake, that you don't need to how to use the verb, how to use the sentence. I would like to tell you, it's okay, you don't know how, where to use the right verb. I think you have to speak. The most of the time you have to know how you can convey your message. This is the only one thing you should learn in English, that you can send your message to other viewers, that you can know how to talk with other them. It doesn't mean that you have to who should learn from the present definite and present future and continuous. You don't need to learn like that. Most of the time people will believe in Pakistan that you should learn in first of all grammar, and second you have to learn, you have to memorize the rules. You don't need to do that. You have to speak with other people. You have to ask your teacher, why I'm unable to speak. I'm living in a Pakistan and we are always struggling, and our next generation will also. This is the same problem in our Pakistan. We are always giving the fees when we got the degree, and when we want to go abroad, then we are always paying the fees to IELTS and these kinds of things. I think we don't need to do that. If we have that kind of basic we can speak. But in our Pakistan we don't know how to speak that. This is the thing. People always think like that. People will make fun of me if I can speak with in front of you, then you will fun of me, then you will say me. You don't need to who do that. You don't need to think like that. You have to be that you have to take the initiative. If you are not taking the initiative, then the people will always telling you that you are living in this and do that. This is the main reason. I hope you are getting my point. You have to ask, you have to focus. This is the right moment. You have to take the action. You have to ask your teacher. You have to pay your attention on your own. I learned my English by practicing. Nobody will teach me. Nobody will told me that you have to do this, you have to do that. I learned my these kinds of things in my own. Nobody will tell you. You have to pay attention your own. You have to speak in front of mirror. You have to practice at your home. You don't need to waste your time. This is the right moment. You don't need to do that. Whenever you go to the some higher education, you are facing the same issue. Most of the time people are unable to speak. So this is the right moment. I hope you are understanding my point. You have to subscribe my channel, click the bell icon. Thank you.